Why do I say Yuan Tiangang and Qi Jingchun are the pinnacle of literary style character storytelling in Chinese anime? Because every other character lives the life they desire, while these two are left as the most lingering regrets in our minds. Similarly, both chose to enter the game with their own lives and start the final chapter with their own deaths. Qi Jingchun sacrificed himself for the whole world. It was an act of righteousness. Yuan Tiangang gave his life for the Tang Dynasty. It was an act of loyalty. Both are men I deeply admire. So in this video, I'm taking you through the timeless charm of Master Qi and the Great Commander. As the personal disciple of the Confucian sage of literature, Qi Jingchun mastered three natal characters, integrated the wisdom of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, and reached the pinnacle of the 14th realm cultivation base. Logically, such a man should have lived a life of boundless glory and prestige. Yet he chose to abandon everything, taking on the heavenly tribulation alone to protect the 6,000 civilians of Liu Cave Heaven. Needless to say, Yuan Tiangang took the elixir of immortality and lived for 300 years, watching the Tang Dynasty rise from Golden Age to decline and fall. He once said plainly, "I'm tired." These two outrageously powerful characters, yet they chose the hardest path of all. Both once felt profound disappointment towards will. Qi Jingchun was disheartened by seeing human hearts twisted by greed, where evildoers ran amok while virtuous struggled to survive. His master, the sage of literature, was defeated in the 3 and 4 controversy and imprisoned, which only deepened his doubts about the so-called righteous path. As the leader of the Liang Ren, the unorthodox ones, Yuan Tiangang had ordered the killing of countless so-called traitors and rebels. But as the bloodshed continued, he began to hesitate. Did all these people really deserve to die? What was the true purpose of the Liang Ren's existence? When Yuan Tiangang said those words, "I'm tired," you can feel the profound weariness of a 300-year-old soul, exhausted by the endless intrigue and strife of humanity. But even in the darkest despair, a ray of light always finds its way in. Qi Jingchun had already lost faith in this world, where people are born evil and need to be taught to be good, and was ready to leave the small town. That was until he met Shun Pingyan, a boy with shattered natal characters who was labeled a disaster bringer. Qi Jingchun asked Shun Pingyan, "If a stranger falls into a well someday, and saving them means you will die, will you still save them?" Qi Jingchun tried to teach him the Confucian principle of a gentleman may choose not to save if it costs his own life, but Shun Pingyan replied, "If that really happens, I want to try." It was this almost stubborn, pure-hearted sincerity that rekindled the light of hope in Qi Jingchun's heart. Yuan Tiangang's transformation was even more dramatic. In the movie The Legend of Yuan Tiangang, he met Xiao. She asked him, "Have you ever seen a golden age?" Yuan Tiangang froze, because he hadn't witnessed a true era of peace and prosperity in a long, long time. Xiao went on, "I want to live in a golden age where I can do whatever I want." This simple sentence suddenly lit up the almost extinguished lamp in Yuan Tiangang's heart. In the end, these two legends chose the same path, to start their final act with death. When the heavenly tribulation descended upon Liu Cave Heaven, Qi Jingchun could have easily fled. The medicine Buddha even offered to bear his karmic burden and let him escape to the Western Buddhist realm, but he refused. Not only did he protect the 6,000 civilians, but with his last breath, he lit a guiding lamp on Shun Pingyan's path of cultivation. Yuan Tiangang's plan was far longer and more elaborate. He lived 300 years, waiting for the perfect moment and the right person to entrust his legacy to. At the end of Season 3, he engineered his own death at the hands of Xing Yun. When he looked at the grown-up Li Xingyun, he knew that his 300 years of waiting and scheming had finally come to an end. He knew all too well that as long as he was alive, Li Xingyun would never truly take on the responsibility of reviving the Tang Dynasty. As fans have analyzed, Yuan Tiangang's talk of rebellion was a lie. His true wish was to make Li Xingyun ascend the throne. He used his own death to clear the biggest obstacle for Li Xingyun, and that obstacle was himself. Now, Sword Comes Season 2 is already airing. Shun Pingyan is escorting Li Baoping and the others to the Shania Academy in the Sui Dynasty. And Liang Ren Season 8 is on the way, with rumors of plenty of crossovers with the legend of Yuan Tiangang. But no matter what happens next, Qi Jingchun and Yuan Tiangang have already become two insurmountable peaks in the history of Chinese anime. They use their lives to interpret what it means to enter the game with your own life and start with your own death, and what it means to take history as the backbone and art as the wings.